Josh, we're here from the crate. We're back to a new Simpsons review. And if y'all didn't see the last one, go and check it out. And this is another great episode. And this episode starts with obviously Krusty the Clown, obviously telling Siso Mel to perform these monkeys, which they start to attack him. They all laugh. Um, of course, Homer's trying to tell Maggie, like the point where he is, and obviously she's not doing it. And when Lisa tells her, she points at the right thing. And yeah, it's Maggie's birthday, which Homer starts to eat the letters off her cake when he messes up. And Marge says that she made a cake for Homer to eat, to mess up. Which, yeah, he starts eating. So when Patty come, and Marge's mom comes. And, of course, we see Grandpa Simpson being confused, obviously. Going to this random guy saying happy birthday. Everybody coming out at the table to tell Maggie happy birthday while she's in her first dress. And pretty much all adoring her. And showing Patty as well, pretty much. And wondering where all the other babies are. And they're saying that Maggie does not get along with the other ones. So they all surround her for her birthday cake, start taking pictures and stuff, and obviously Grandpa Simpson and Marge's moms are having this talk. And yeah, pretty much they tell Bart and Lisa to do this song, which, well, Grandpa Simpson does, and yeah, they're doing this song, and Homer comes by and saying, please buy Armor brand hot dogs. Then they all just start dancing to things on the commercial, and obviously Marge's mom telling them bye when Grandpa Simpson is leaving too. And Marge has the suspicion that her mom and Homer's dad are pretty much in love with each other, pretty much. And obviously Homer, well, just doing his loggy, or just pretty much talking. And yeah, pretty much Marge telling Grandpa Simpson to pretty much go and get her mom, which, yeah, he does. He gets this random person, and he closes the window. And yeah, they go out to eat, and Marge says that they may have something in common, pretty much. Which, yeah, he starts doing this dance with these potatoes, which, yeah, these lawyers come, take the potatoes, stomp on them. And yeah, pretty much they see some pictures of Marge's mom pretty much getting arrested on the beach. And yeah, he thinks he's having an attack or something, and he's in the ambulance, but no, he's in love, and he gets launched out and going into a street. And then they're watching, obviously, this guy, obviously, that we've seen so many times, saying one of the writers of Ren and Stimpy, Itchy and Scratchy, and saying that you can own, doing those, basically owning piece of the show, like lots of people are doing with those pictures. Which Bart has the idea and pretty much bumping into Homer, taking his wallet, and Homer taking the slingshot and pretending to be Homer. And, of course, Marge is actually happy that her mom and Homer's dad are together, being together, and obviously Homer not liking that, and just imagining these, thinking of these weird processes, he starts to scream, and Grandpa Simpson tells Marge's mom that he loves her. Then he calls, wondering what he said, and yeah, he pretty much Bart gets punched in the nose, and then with another guy gets punched in the nose, and then when his thing comes, he gets punched in the nose, and he says, Lisa, it's just a hand, and saying of how much money he spent. Which you can imagine of Nelson, which, yeah, he's all fainted pretty much. And Grandpa Simpson pretty much showing his new looks and his new dentures, which Homer's saying that he's got to play it cool, which they go out, and Bart is wondering how much they would charge him for it, and the guy's showing him some different things. They're having a good time, wondering how he's never felt this young in so long, until Mr. Burns surprisingly comes and pretty much steals Grandpa Simpson's dance, pretty much. And Mr. Burns starts dancing with Marge's mom. And yeah, Grandpa Simpson obviously not liking it one bit. Marge's mom and Mr. Burns pretty much had a great time and actually won a trophy, and they actually drove away with Mr. Burns, and obviously Grandpa Simpson all sad and depressed, and pretty much gets his hat stomped on. And Mr. Burns wants Smithers to help him write a note to his girlfriend, pretty much, which obviously Marge's mom, which Smithers looks angrily depressed and ignored. And he tells everybody that he loves them, and that all the employees, since he's so happy and in love, everybody gets to get off work early, which everybody does, and this guy's just all depressed. Or everybody that's married or in a relationship gets to go home early. And obviously tells Smithers to go and write him something, which, yeah, Smithers goes to cry, and Marge and Homer realize that it's Mr. Burns, which he obviously forgetting their names. Smithers tells them, and he pretty much says the Flintstone family. Yeah, he pretty much says the Flintstones instead of the Simpsons, and Homer gets the chocolates and says yabba dabba doo. And Marge is saying that this is terrible to see her mom with Mr. Burns, pretty much, and saying of how he is a bad man, pretty much. And Bart obviously wanting some money, of course. Obviously, and threatening to ruin his suit. Which, yeah, he pretty much sprays anyway. He gets the money. And, yeah, they go out pretty much. And Grandpa Simpson obviously wishing that she didn't leave. Which, obviously, we see his friends try to cheer him up. And, yeah, Mr. Burns and Marge's mom at a restaurant having the time of their life. And, obviously, Bart confessing what he did and got the money that was from Mr. Burns to pay it off, and saying that he's got that phone still, and he says that he's gonna not do anything stupid again, which he gets a call with Millhouse, and they go and do said stupid thing. Mr. Burns and Marge's mom is having a picnic and putting an engagement ring in the cup, and yes, he pretty much drinks it. He gets another one, and he says, pretty much asking her to marry him. Yeah, Mr. Burns is asking Marge's mom if she will marry him. And of course, Marge's mom is trying to tell, obviously, Marge is trying to tell her mom of how horrible Mr. Burns is of a man, and that she does not need to marry Mr. Burns. and whatever happened with Grandpa Simpson. And obviously saying about how he's got a temper problem. Which obviously, Grandpa Simpson obviously trying to forget her. And raiding this thing that he found on the street. And seeing Marge's mom picking out a wedding dress pretty much. So we see them at the church, and Homer telling Barney to take the groom side, and Lisa being the flower bearer and throwing the flowers, and Bart being the ring bearer pretty much. And yeah, we see the wedding is starting pretty much. The wedding is happening. Mr. Burns is going to be getting married to Marge's mom. The pastor is obviously greeting everybody of this fine night and doing the whole "would you take" thing, lines, and pretty much Mr. Burns obviously starting to lose his temper, and Marge is trying to warn and trying to show her mom of exactly what Mr. Burns is. So he tries to put the ring on, and of course Mr. Burns is wondering where that music is coming from to turn it off, which, Grandpa Simpson is obviously the one playing it, breaks through the glass, and pretty much confesses with Marge's mom, and she said that she doesn't want to be with neither of them. So they pretty much go off together, and obviously Grandpa Simpson wanting Otto to turn off that music. And the episode ends like that. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Hit the like button, subscribe from the channel. It's one notifications turned on, see me anything new. And let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And again, another great episode.